Hello,
Hello,
hello.
everybody. What am I doing on that side?
I don't even know. It surprises me every time.
Hi, everybody. It's Crystal and Kathy, and we have a fantastic guest today. I absolutely love this lady.
Me
She's going
too.
to bring us some good vibes, and we're going to talk about some interesting things. I think it's pretty amazing, her question she has for us today. So, Crystal Ann Griggs Thomas and Dominguez. So, what's going on with you?
Kathy introduces me every time. I can't take her anywhere. Tell her that. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm doing well. Have had a good weekend and everything, and everything's going great. How are you?
Well, actually, I do want you guys to put my family in prayer. There's been a lot of flooding in St. Louis,
Oh, wow.
a lot of flooding in St. Louis where water shouldn't be.
Hmm.
I'm just telling you guys. My niece sent me some footage of her apartment, and the water was halfway up her wall.
Wow.
So we just need to pray for the people in St. Louis, not just my family, but everybody that's affected by these widespread floods. It's not even in one community, you guys. It's all over there. And I don't watch the news anymore. So if my
Mm.
niece hadn't have texted me and told me that, I was like, what? And then I started looking on the internet and saw all that's happened. I haven't heard of any deaths yet, but I just pray that everybody is able to recover. And then also there was a police officer that was killed here last week. Today is his funeral. So I would
Oh,
like for everybody to pray for his family. As you all know, I'm part of the law enforcement family, and I can't watch his funeral. I will not turn it on the news. I cannot do it because it will take me right back to 30 years ago, which is pretty amazing that something can happen that
right.
can throw you back like that. And but it will. I would not be in a good place if I were to watch his funeral. So everybody pray for his family as well, as well as the law enforcement community. It's a community of people that are close knit, and only we feel what we feel because of our community. So anyway, it's still Wellness Wednesday, and we're still gonna have a good show. I'm not even going to tell you what happened in my apartment today, so I'm not even going to bother you guys with that.
Goodness, Kathy. Goodness.
Apartment living is not for Kathy Webster, and I cannot wait till I build my next house, you guys. I'm telling you right now. And when I do build it, I will never come out of it. Let's put it that way. It is already in the universe. I already have pictures put up of what I want. God already knows what I'm striving for, and I cannot wait to get there. I am so excited about my future, you guys. Just being 60 years old does not mean you can't be excited about your future, and I am so excited about my future. I was telling my nephew about it just the other day. Yeah, it's all good. What's up,
Hey,
Blue?
Blue, how are you?
All right, so Miss Crystal, please enthrall us with your wonderful testimony of your health journey and why we do Wellness Wednesday, along with what you do normally.
Sure. Well, I am a holistic health coach and an herb specialist. And, years ago, I got into this profession because, I was actually diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. It was a inflammatory bowel disease. It's basically very similar to Crohn's, just one step down. And I had a flare-up. I got sick real bad twice in my life, once when I was 18, once when I was 24. Went into the hospital both times, and both times in 1 month lost over 30 pounds. The second time I went down to 97 pounds after losing 30 pounds because I didn't have much to lose. So at that time I was 24, and I was in the hospital. The doctor said if you were any older, basically, you would have died, because just because you were 24, you're possibly able to bounce back a little better. I lost a lot of blood, needed a blood transfusion, but didn't get one. I actually started taking chlorophyll, and it brought my blood count up. And so, but anyways, point being is, I was sicker than sick on my deathbed. And I said, I got to get serious about this, because when I was 18, I knew a naturopathic doctor that helped me, and I just wasn't too serious about it. I had that flare up when I was 24, and it made my whole world change. I had to take care of my daughter. At the time, I was a single mom. My daughter was only 2 years old. And I said, I got to get it together, because I feel like I might not wake up tomorrow. And so I went to her. I learned everything I could. My body started getting better again. And I said, if I can do this, and if I was on my deathbed, and if I can do this, then anybody else should be able to do this too. And it takes changing your diet, changing your lifestyle, managing your stress, looking at the body holistically, everything, not just treating symptoms, getting to the root cause. That's what me and Kathey, we have come together and we agree with holistic health. We get to the root cause and not just to the symptoms. We help people grab and get their lives back. Some people don't know what it's like to not be sick anymore or to feel good. They don't know what it's like to feel good. And we want to show you that, we want to show you that you can feel good from the inside out, and by using food as your medicine, non-invasive ways, looking at the body holistically. So that's what me and Kathey are here to do with Natural Health Hub, is to share education, health education, natural health education. So.
It's amazing you say that, because people they're used to feeling sick, so they feel like that's normal. No, normalcy is not feeling any pain, ache, ailment. Normalcy is
allergies are not
normal. Yeah, you don't have to live with allergies either. Mm-hmm. And that kind of thing we can fix for you guys at the root cause and not just the symptoms. And that's what people are used to, just the symptoms being dealt with and not the root cause.
Right.
You have to be willing to be able to turn that root cause around. And it takes time. I thought about this. Medicine is so instantaneously. It's so instant that people like taking medicine because it's immediate.
Right.
It's immediate.
Immediate relief, basically. Yeah.
It's immediate. And so, but when you are trying to change everything for the better for your body, it takes time. Just like it took time to get that ailment that you have, actually. And most of the time, your ailments can definitely be taken care of through your gut. And we're going to talk about the gut and the immune system today with our guest. Today, our guest is ERIKA.
Yay.
ERIKA is a part of me, and I love her so much. She's a vibrant young lady who is just awesome. And Crystal introduced her to me, and I think here, you're going to bring her on?
Yeah, absolutely.
She
Hey, ERIKA.
she introduced me to her last summer, and we and her business partners have, that day was like, so that day, you guys, it was a little small festival down in the southeast area, which way? Southwest? Yeah. And so it was a little spot down there with a lot of little vendors. And I remember Crystal invited me, and I'm the only African-American person out there. And I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm not going to meet anybody. I'm going to be out here by myself. I knew Crystal was leaving early. I tore that stuff. Didn't I close with the place?
I believe you stayed later than everybody else.
I found people there that I knew. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
I was like, oh my God. Before I even got up to their booth, somebody else from another booth was like, is that you? I'm like, is that you? So it was amazing. It was an amazing day. Anyway, so that picture that you saw in our little promo was me with her couple of her business partners with their wonderful apron on that I had purchased that day. So please talk to us, ERIKA. Tell us what Part of Me is about. Tell us about your own personal testimony and why that even came about, actually.
Hello, everyone. My name is ERIKA, and I am with Para Me. I am the marketing manager, the content creator, and also part of the product R&D, which is we make decisions about new products we're going to come out with. So how we started this was about 2 years ago, almost, when the pandemic started. We were moms, and then we had to be home with the kids, and then we had to switch our positions. This is what I always say, we go from being the teacher to then being the librarian to then being the cook
and the nurse.
The chauffeur, everything.
And then you got to see your kids more, in how they act and how these kids act online. They're such fools, but it's so funny. So we were just thinking, we were like, let's just do this, everybody's doing something, so why not us? And we came out with this mug that says "No soy tu chacha," which it means I'm not your maid. It goes for our kids, for anybody else, our significant others, husband, whatever.
No,
And she has a shirt on too. That was our second. So we started off with this and then with that shirt. And it's been great so far. It's almost 2 years. Veronica is actually the main one who discovered this. She pretty much got us together, her 3 best friends. Hey girls, I got a PowerPoint. Let's talk about it. I want to do something with you girls. Let's speak up. Let's do things our own way. And women empowerment, trying to support each other through this, because what does society always want from us females? It's just the main thing: get married, have kids, and stay home, or not do anything for yourself, not have a voice.
Right.
So, para mí, we first called it Project X because we didn't know what to call it then. So we were like, what do we call it? What is it? So we scribbled so much. I even have the notebook. We were scribbling like all kinds of different names. And we were like, for me, like this is for me, para mí. So not call it para mí.
Yeah.
And so I mean, we came up with the thing about para mí is like for brave modern women who have a voice.
That's amazing. Crystal and I did we started a group called Me Time. And we haven't developed it the way that we should, but the concept is exactly what para mí is about. Come on, guys.
That's why we love it so much. What you've done, what all you've done is just so.
I mean, in just 2 years, we've done a lot. We still have more planning to do. I just told Crystal that finally, almost after 2 years with para mí finally paid for our retreat. We went for a one-night stay here in Kansas. We stayed at the Intercontinental on Saturday, just so we can have some more team building, because we're so busy at times that we only get to see each other to meetings, or someone gets sick, or kids. So we went ahead and got a room at the Intercontinental at the Plaza. It paid for that. We chilled at the pool. We did a meeting early in the morning on Saturday before we had our fun. We got reservations at a restaurant. It was rooftop downtown. It was beautiful. We danced. We talked more. We did some more things. We set aside our business and we talked to each other.
I love that.
And it was so nice. I keep thinking about that day, and it was just so much. I danced so much, and I was wearing heels.
Well, the one thing you said that's really, really important is team building.
Yeah. Yes,
that's extremely important, and set aside the business. Okay, so we know we do this 24/7. Let's just do one day of just us. And just talk to each other, like you said. What's going on in your life? What's other than business? How are your kids? How's your husband? How's your dog?
Acknowledge each other. Acknowledge each other's feelings, because it's hard working with 4 females. We all have our moments. Sometimes, like, our text messages might come through like we're upset or we didn't like something. So we have to get to learn to get along with each other, because there's always going to be something. I just texted that. I actually said it the wrong way. She might take the bad way or whatever, because we're all going through something, and we need to acknowledge each other's feelings and what we're going through. So I really love it, and I really love what Veronica does. She is a great, she's the boss. She's the boss lady. That's what we say, because she's the one that came up with it. She's the one that keeps us going and keeps us on our toes. We have our meetings, our one-on-one meetings during the week. Like, I have mine on Wednesdays with her, and we do more about content creating. Like, okay, what do we got to do? Do we got to go take more pictures? Do we need more models? Do we need do this? And then with Nayeli, she does actually comes up with all the products. Like these hats, when we were getting these bucket hats ready, we had gotten a few different styles and fabrics and textures. So that's what she does. So she's busy behind the scenes doing everything. And then Sylvia, obviously, I mean, she does the public relations. She does the events. She checks out all the events, make sure it's worth it, where it's going to be at, what's the cost for the booth, and things. And then Veronica,
so what I'm hearing is that everybody has their own specialty.
Yep.
And nobody is crossing lanes.
No one does. No one does, but we also help each other out. Like if
most definitely.
So comes through for like a new event, like, hey, Sylvia, this message came through. I didn't open it, but I saw this. It's maybe, do you want me to check on it? Do you want me to reply back? Or you got time to do it? if I'm busy also and I can't put a reel or something up on our page, then you ask. That's how we also get together, so we can learn each other's roles, just in case someone can't be there for that.
Yeah.
So what community do you guys mostly what community are you guys mostly involved in?
Well, you know what we're doing for Latinas, but it's for women itself. But mostly a lot of the pop-ups we do are Hispanic, Latinos, but everybody loves us. So there is all the vendors that we actually get to meet. They're all not Latinos. They're all from different backgrounds. And I enjoy the pop-ups because we get to meet all these people. They're doing the same thing we are doing. And most of these people have started their businesses also through the pandemic. And it's so beautiful that we have those things in common. We're all learning as we're going. It's only been 2 years and we still have so much to learn. And it's
Absolutely.
Like what we just spoke about on Saturday with the girls, we have new plans. There's scary plans, new things coming along. But if it doesn't scare you, then it's something it's not big, it's something worth doing. So it is scary at times. Like Crystal asked me, hey, can you hop onto this? I'm like, YOLO, whatever, just do it. Just do it. That's the only way we're gonna learn to be live, because I actually have to get better at doing these things, speaking to people and having that relationship with others as well. Because we are going to be on a podcast here on August 18th, but it won't go live.
Perfect.
It won't go to the podcast until maybe 2-3 weeks after. But it's called Live and Create, I think. And it's we met this guy, his name is Miguel, and he's with we met him at Boulevardia, or before Boulevardia. We did that also, a pop-up. It was a 2-day beer festival. We came up with new products. We did a collaboration with an artist.
Wow.
And that was really cool. And then we also did this for that event, because we're all like, it's summertime, people are going to be walking around. And that's what people did. They walked around, coped out the place, and they're like, they're going to come back. These were like a hit because it's so hot in June. We had some crop tops, and obviously it was a beer fest. So the shirt said amigos, cerveza, and música. So you need your friends, you need your booze, and you need your music.
So let me get back to the holistic part of this. Okay. So how important is it to you to have a really good working relationship with your team members?
Oh gosh.
And what does that do to your psyche? What does that do to your mind, heart, soul, and body even?
Well, like I said earlier, we all have our different let's see, how would I explain that? Like how I am. I'm outgoing, I'm fun. I don't give too much, I really don't care. I'm outgoing on myself. And to some people, I'm too much. Like, oh my gosh, she's too much for me, or she's too this, or she's too that. We're all different. All of us are different, attitudes. We have our own different personalities. Sylvia's like me. She's outgoing. She's fun.
How important is it to you to have a good relationship with your?
It's very important. It's very
important. That's what I'm asking.
Because or else we can't communicate if we don't get along.
Right.
And that's the reason why it's good that we're going to start doing these retreats every quarter. So every 3 months we want to do this, because it's important, because we lose each other as we're living our own lives as well. And
it's good for the heart health.
Yes, it is.
To have a good relationship, a good working relationship.
Yes.
I found that the older that I get, the less tolerant I am of people.
Same here. I mean, there's times where things come in, questions that they were already answered, and I'm all like, I'm not gonna answer it.
It's okay. So Crystal, how do you feel about that same thing? Crystal, how do you feel about the same thing? How important is it to have a good relationship with your working companion?
I honestly wouldn't be in business if I didn't have a good relationship with my working companion. That would be a very difficult relationship, and even to be around if it wasn't great. You have to be able to communicate well with that person. You have to be able to share, be open and honest, and sometimes blunt. And sometimes, we can't get mad at little things. We can't take it as people coming at us or anything like that. We have to take it as this is constructive criticism, and we need to learn and grow from it. So I think that's really important. And I think that me and you have that, Kathy. And I definitely have seen that in part of me, like just being around you ladies. You know, you all have your different strengths and you all bring it together and work harmoniously together. And I think that's great.
And the biggest thing to me is honesty, you know, and trust.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you can't trust your coworker, then or business partners, what I should say in our instances, because we don't co-work, we're definitely business partners. And so if you can't trust that person, or if you're not honest with that person, it can break down the walls of,
or the energy.
Yeah.
The energy they bring at times. Like there's times where, like, I'm not gonna lie, like there's times where one of us is not in a good, I'm always in good spirits. I don't care what's going on.
I'm always here.
I do not care what's going on. I am not gonna judge you. You're late, you're not late, you're here, you're there, something happens. I really don't care. I'm doing my work. We're gonna figure it out. I don't let it get to me. I mean, sometimes, yeah, here and there I do get upset, but we have to speak about it. You know, we have to.
9 times out of 10, it's not even you. It's something that happened prior to you, that person getting to you. You know, so and that's, as women, I've learned that I can't take everything personally that comes at me, because it isn't about me. Yep. It's about the person coming into the mix. Yes. And so when you're mature and you figure that stuff out, that not only is it not about me, that means that the world does not revolve around me. What?
Yeah. And that's why I'm very I'm very understanding. I'm just like, okay, cool. That's fine. I mean, you have your reasons. I'm not going to judge you. I mean, I have people all over my life that actually just continue judging no matter what. And I'm just not that person anymore. Like, I don't care. I don't care for it. It's like, I'm fine myself. I'm good. I don't need if you want to tell me, you'll tell me at your time. I'm not going to like beg you and, oh, please tell me. Regina.
Go ahead, Crystal.
Oh, no. I was just listening. Yeah, I think it's great. I think you guys get along great. And I mean, there's not going to be all easygoing throughout a business. You know, you're going to have to confront each other with certain things that you might not agree with. And that's okay. You conquer it as it comes and just go with the flow.
And that's why we want to do, like, I'm going to say it again, we want to do every 3 months to meet up every quarter, because I felt really good doing it. I really, really do. Like, it was a great time. It was beautiful. And now it's like planning the next one with my girls. We're looking forward to these things, because some of us, we want to get away from our kids or our husbands. Yeah. Do girl time, you know? And I actually think that that's something that we've been meaning to do for a while. And I suggest that for anybody in a business. You need to
actually, I'm really, really happy that Crystal has a time that she's able to get on the road by herself and do what she needs to do by herself. That is good downtime for her. I know it is.
Yeah, I do like
what you said, which is key, is that she and I need to do stuff together. Just stuff. And we don't. So we got to implement that into our game plan.
Spa days. There's a spa day you guys can do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Actually, start listing those things off for me, Erica, because that's not a bad. Let me start writing notes.
We're gonna
spa day. What's another thing?
Like, it could be. It doesn't even have to be a whole day. It could just be like a brunch, an early brunch, like or an early breakfast, and then go do a spa day. Even go watch a movie together.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, something where you girls. I mean, what we're planning to do is write down ideas, what we each have, combine them and see what works best. We're trying to make all of us happy. I wouldn't mind.
I know that Crystal and I totally thought about doing a retreat by the beach somewhere. But I told her it doesn't even have to be a retreat. It could just be her and I.
We're gonna have that one day. One of these days is going to pay for that for us as well.
I might not come back. I'm just saying, every time I go to the beach, there's a very good possibility that I'm not coming back.
What we talk about a lot, Veronica and I, is like, one of these days we will be in Paris, outside, in a really nice, you know, coffee shop, drinking our cafecito with our laptop, and just being like, but I'm being paid for this. This is so cool. And I can't wait. I know it's going to happen. I know it is.
It is.
Let me just tell you, I took my laptop, my phones and everything when I went to the East Coast and didn't open up that sucker but once.
Yeah. I believe
And it's all I needed to, because I'm like, I don't even feel like doing that. I don't want to do that. I'll do my Wellness Wednesdays because that is what I'm obligated to. But everything else,
I mean, you just have like an itinerary, like what we did on Saturday. We were only on our laptops for like about 3 hours early in the morning. We went to Messenger Coffee, had some coffee, talked. And then after that, swimming pool. We sat on the swimming pool. We didn't have anything out with us, but we did talk about new product development as we were sitting there enjoying everybody's vibes out there. And that's it. That's the only time we pulled out our laptop. It was just early in the morning, and that was it. So
I hope you guys are listening to this out there, because what's happening is that good relationships foster good feelings and good vibes. And when that's fostered, that means everything is a good synergy. And that's important to have good synergy in your relationships with your people, because if it's almost like a well-oiled machine, and if one gear is off, the whole thing is off. So keeping that good relationship going and keeping those open lines of communication going, that is key to having a good working relationship, good friendships, and success in whatever you guys are trying to portray. And that isn't even what we were going to talk about today. But I love it. I love that
it's a beautiful thing. It is.
It is.
I love my girls. I really do love my girls, and I love the team that we built.
You know what? It spills outside of your girl. That's the reason I'm trying to say working relationships are great, but if you're happy at work, you're happy more than likely every place else.
Yeah,
because it's fulfillment. It's fulfillment. It's causing you to be. It gives you a sense of purpose.
Yes.
And that sense of purpose spills over into your relationships with everyone. And so this is why this is such a good subject, because a lot of times when we don't have a good time at work, we bring it home to our family.
Yep.
And when we bring it home to our family, there's clashing going on there.
Yeah.
And then it spills over into the work. And so it's a vicious cycle. So the reverse is true. When you are happy at work, you're going to come home or get off of the computer or get off of the phones and be happy with your environment, because you've had such a good experience at work. And if everybody could experience that, can you imagine how great the world would be?
Right? Everybody
and marriages and children with their parents and their relationships. How freaking awesome
in a perfect world. Let's put that energy out there.
Yeah, most definitely. But Crystal, you were about to say something. What was it?
No, I'm not about to say anything actually, but I'm just thinking about the health topics we wanted to talk about too. I would definitely want to get to those juicy topics.
Let's do it.
Well, go ahead.
Alrighty. So Erika, what question would you like to ask first? I know you had some questions. Which one?
So we're in summertime, and recently I've been having a few people who've been getting the summer flu. So why the summer flu?
You know, a lot of times, actually the main reason, it's not the only reason, but the main reason is because, you know, we're out, we're partying, we're eating probably a lot of different things that we normally don't eat because we're out and about a lot. Maybe people are traveling more, eating traveling food. We're just not really taking care of our body sometimes as we usually do. Not everybody gets out and gets that, you know, sun in the morning, that vitamin D. Not everybody takes walks, you know, not everybody's exercising. Sometimes people do work more during the summer, so they don't have enough time to get out and exercise or do the things that they needed to do. So, and a lot of times that leads into fast food, you know, eating what's right there and out and about. So a lot of times we just really have to pay attention to what we're eating, what we're putting in our body, the foods, because that actually wreaks havoc on our immune system and compromises it. A lot of sugar, different things like that. So really, it's just, we got to look at our eating habits, look at how much sleep we're getting. You know, that's important. Sleep. Yep, sleep is very important. Getting that's when our body heals, is while we sleep. Our brain gets to detox while we sleep. All of our anxieties, if we're not getting enough sleep, we're having more anxiety. You know, and stress is the main kicker. Stress is a big, huge thing on our immune system. So we have to manage that. And if we're work all the time, we're not having some me time or we're not doing bottom me. You know, we need to do something like that where you know, we take care of ourselves, take care of us, you know, and calm ourselves down, work on meditation or something. So it's really,
actually, I found the opposite of true in the summertime. I think the summertime people play more than they work. And so when they play more when they work, they are around a lot of different people.
that's
And
true.
then they also eat a lot more ice cream and a lot more pies and a lot more cakes because of parties that they're going to.
Yep.
And that sugar, like they treat themselves more in the summertime because they're out and about.
That is
And
true.
so all of that is gut issues. Like when you're eating a lot of sugar, it's going to cause your gut to do what it's not supposed to do. And therefore, the viruses and the bacteria that comes into us tend to thrive because of that environment.
Yep.
And so
Yep, that's correct.
it's
Viruses,
kind of harder
bacteria.
to fight it off too because of the way we're eating in the summertime. Summertime eating is mostly ice cream and just good feeling stuff because you feel good. You're outside.
Right.
You're around people.
Totally.
You're playing. And so, and there are a lot of outside eatery, like there are a lot of outside vending things, like we were just talking about. You know, like when you go outside, you go to these places. All of them always have food. Are they very healthy foods all the time? Not unless you're going to a vegan, you know, thing, something that's geared toward nothing but healthy food. But most of the time, it's not healthy, the healthiest of foods. And so we're out there walking around eating, and people are still in the mix. You know, it's still out there. And so when we get touched with bacteria and viruses, they tend to hang on more because of what our eating is.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's a
you're
lot
making your body a host, a perfect host when you're eating junk a lot, eating a high sugar diet, high carb diet, you know, drinking sodas, coffee, making your body acidic. That is a perfect environment for a virus or bacteria. So when we do that, we're partying too much, you know. Also, you know, it spikes our insulin. It throws our hormones off. When your hormones are off, your hormones are like messengers, like angels telling you, hey, knock, knock, there's something wrong. Help me, you know. So when your hormones get thrown off, you can get sick very easily. Your immune system is compromised.
So can you put up the slide on the bacteria versus the viruses?
Yeah. So it says on a biological level, the main difference is that bacteria are free living cells that can live inside or outside a body, while viruses are a non-living collection of molecules that need a host to survive. So the virus does need a host, and our bodies, if you ever wonder, why do our bodies heat up? Because a virus cannot live in high heat. So our bodies heat up to kill that virus off. And a lot of times, we get even sicker because that secondary infection kicks in, which is a bacteria infection. A lot of people don't die from the virus. People die from that secondary infection, which is pneumonia, and then all the bacteria in the lungs and things like that where they can't breathe. So,
and that's also why pharmaceutical things don't necessarily help with the virus. Bacterial, like a lot of times people get what do you call that? What am I thinking? Antibiotics. A lot of people get antibiotics to kill off the bacteria, but viruses, they aren't affected by antibiotics, and so therefore that's why you have to run its course. That's why they tell you to, you know, drink a lot of fluids and sweat it out. I'd even tell my children sweat it out because, you know, to break a fever will make that virus stay longer, and you don't want that. You want it to kill itself off, like she was saying. The higher the fever, the quicker that it will be. And it's scary for people to think, what? I have to have a fever? Yeah, fevers
you don't want to kill that off.
They're for a reason. They're for a good reason. That's why fevers are there, or to kill off what the body is trying to fight off.
Right.
And so it's not a bad thing to have a fever.
Right.
Your body has two parts of the immune system. You have the immune system where it kicks in immediately. It like sends out little soldiers basically to say, hey, what is this? We need to figure out, take a little sample of it, and we're going to make an antibody for it. Okay. And so it does that. And then there's the second part of your immune system where it's the memory, not in your brain, but it is a memory immune system to where maybe you've gotten something before. It's already built the antibody to it and it sees it, and it usually will attack it before you even feel anything happen. So what happens is when, you know, you have this, the first part of the immune system where it attacks, it starts to, hey, what are these things? You know, we got to attack and everything. If you take an antibiotic, you stop your body from you stop your immune system from doing its work, getting into those cells and finding out, taking that DNA and trying to build an antibody. And you wonder why do I get strep throat every couple of years? Why do I get this sinus infection every year? Why do I keep having the same thing every single year? Because you take this antibiotic and you stop your body from building that antibody to kill that off. So if you allow your body, your immune system, to do its work and build that antibody, you're less likely to keep getting those infections, the same infection every year. I remember when I was a kid, from as long as I can remember to age 18, so I could take care of myself, basically move out of my parents' house, I would get strep throat and sinus infections every single year. It did not matter. And every year I took antibiotics and things the doctors gave me. And then finally, when I was 18, when I got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, I found our naturopathic doctor. And when I started doing natural things like taking enzymes and building my immune system with herbs and stuff, I got strep throat and a sinus infection one last time when I was 18. And then after that, I didn't use an antibiotic. That was the first year, didn't use an antibiotic. I used colloidal silver and some other herbs, got rid of it that way, built my immune system, and I have not had strep throat or sinus infection since I was 18.
Well, and there was a core reason for that, and that was as much dairy and milk she was drinking.
That too, you can always...
that was it. When you stop that, your stuff stopped happening.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying, so milk is not good, dairy is not good, and that is because it's mucus forming, and it is a perfect environment for those. Okay, so this is what happens when you drink milk, you guys. Your nasal passages gets really thick with mucus. Mm-hmm. And then you breathe in somebody else's viruses and you breathe in somebody else's bacteria, and it's sticking in those passages of that thick mucus. And then you get sick. I know that's a gross way of making you think of it that way, but that's exactly what it is. Right. So when you're drinking and eating cheese and drinking milk and all of that stuff, it's mucus forming.
Right. And it's also stripping minerals from your body. Yeah.
Well, we're talking about the virus part of it, the sickness part of it. And so therefore, when you're having somebody else to sneeze in your vicinity, you don't even have to be right next to that person.
No. Yeah, a virus will enter in all orifices of the body.
Right.
It can be airborne, by touch, by saliva, swapping, anything like that. You don't even have to. It can be any of those, but any orifice it can enter in.
Mostly, though, you're breathing through your nose, and so that's why I use that as the passages. Mm-hmm. But you're right. If you notice, back in the day, people used to wear gloves, like these cloth gloves. They used to be fashionable, but it was also healthy.
You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. I love this. The two of you just together, you guys are like a dynamic duo who just like goes back and forth. You guys answer each other's questions or whatever. You guys keep going. This is so awesome.
Now I think you guys already know how I think. I think the world of Crystal and Dominguez. I do love work on her, you guys can tell. But yeah, she's right. I had somebody tell me the other day, and I know this is kind of the same, but kind of off that subject, that she thinks that she got COVID through her eyes, you guys.
It's possible.
So she's exactly right. That's why I was bolstering what you were saying, Crystal. You can definitely get it through your eyes. Absolutely. So just be careful. Just be careful out there.
A lot of times, most people, it'll be a bacterial infection through the eyes, but hey, it also pink eye, it can be contagious. It can come from a virus or bacteria. It can come from either thing. And then, like you said, the COVID, by any type of virus really can enter in any orifice.
Wow, that's crazy. I know about the whole mucus thing with the milk. My daughter, at the age of 6, I had to get her adenoids and tonsils out because...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had to get that done for her because her dad snores and does all those things. And then I had to remove milk and dairy from her. I mean, she has now like almond milk, all those things. I make sure that she has the same one at her dad's house because what's the point of her drinking the good stuff here with me?
Right. And then going back. Yeah.
Like it was really hard for me at the beginning to try to get that stuff, to be mutual. So I spoke to her stepmom and now she keeps that same kind of milk because my kid, poor baby, like you can hear her, you can play hide and seek with her because you can hear her breathing. Yeah, I believe in that, and I've actually let go of dairy. I'm letting it go more little by little, like the cheese, things like that. I've noticed a difference now. I want to just come completely without like dairy. I want to do that, and a lot of friends that I have had said I'm doing so much better without it.
Yeah.
So
yep.
I promise you guys, if you get rid of dairy, I promise you, your breathing will become very much better. Your stomach aches will go away substantially. And like Crystal said, the minerals will be held into your body better because it's not stripping away calcium and minerals in your blood. In your bones. Go ahead, Crystal.
No, I was just gonna say that, we were always, I have to mention this because we were always taught that milk is good for you, gives you strong bones, things like that. But if we can't digest something, it turns into acid in the body, which means that if we don't digest it and it turns acid into the body, then that means we're not absorbing the vitamins and minerals that we need, actually stripping minerals from the body because it's stripping more to try to, break that down in the body and get it out. And the body needs minerals to alkalize.
Yes.
So that alone, just drinking milk right there, almost, I think it's like 90-something%. It's a high percentage of the population that actually really can't digest lactose, and we're the only mammals that drink milk, another mammal's milk, until after a year or two after birth or whatever. And we're drinking cow's milk. That's not how it should be. The cows drink their mother's milk to gain a half a ton, like 2,000 pounds in 6 months. So if you're drinking milk, you're going to gain weight. They have hormones added, antibiotics added to it, all these things they do usually with milk. And you can't really get unpasteurized milk. You can't really get raw milk. It's kind of illegal in most spots, so it's not like you're getting the enzymes needed or anything in it. So therefore, we really shouldn't be drinking cow's milk.
Only everyone would listen to us.
Well, when you start feeling better, you might start getting rid of it out of your diet. Once you feel the difference, you're going to want to eliminate. Like, I don't want to feel sick anymore. I'm tired of that,
Well, there are alternatives out there, you guys. We're not saying don't drink milk, don't do anything. There are alternatives out there.
Yep.
The closest thing to the human milk is goat's milk.
Yep.
And goat's milk is pretty good, you guys, if you get it done right. It's just good for you, I know. If you're going to have to do some kind of milk other than nut milk, like or grain milk, like oat or almond or cashew.
Nut milk yet. I have not.
Yeah.
You have not tried what kind of milk?
Nut milk. I haven't tried nut milk. Is that good?
Well, almond milk,
almond milk, coconut milk. Yeah, those are all nut milk.
Those are nut
Well,
milk.
I had almond, but not cashew.
Yeah.
I do soy. Coconut, yes. But cashew, I haven't.
Cashew's really good. I like cashew milk a lot.
I'm not at Costco.
I'm not sure. I don't think they have that there. You'll have to get that at like.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah. And then oat milk, like oat has a milk too. I don't have any milk in my diet at all. None. Zero. I do water. When I do my shakes, I do them out of water.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want the calories, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, if I don't do it, why would I add it?
Right.
So.
And everybody's body's different. Like Kathy doesn't do the milk. I drink unsweet almond milk all the time. I make sure any type of milk I'm getting, I'm making sure that it's unsweetened, because just like regular milk, they add that sugar in there, and we don't need all that added sugar. And also it cuts half or more of the calories if you're cutting out that sugar. So that's the main thing. But I want the calories in my situation, and so I will add that into my shakes and everything.
I wish I could give you my calories. I wish we could do a fat transplant. That would be, my mother and I used to always talk about that.
We can do a Brazilian butt lift, where they take the fat and put it
from one part of your body to another one. Yeah. That looks so unnatural to me. It's just horrible the way people do their bodies. But
I enjoy watching those videos actually when they do that.
You do?
Oh yeah, I love it. I would love to be in that room right there just watching as they're doing it. But I watch it on Snapchat. I follow this guy But anyways, let's not get out of like what we're talking about.
What does ERIKA watch? No, I'm just kidding.
Did you have any other questions, ERIKA?
Well, since we were talking about the summer flu and then we got into like the whole bacteria and viruses, that was one of the things. And then also is how to maintain a good health.
Oh,
We've been
right.
talking about it too. Like, how do we do that? How do we maintain it?
Well, gut health is really important. Food is really important. Exercise, sleep, your water intake, all those things are holistic methods, you know, meditation, deep breathing, different things. But I do want to bring up a slide. It says, make sure, like, these are simple ways to eat healthy. And you know how I say food is medicine. So make sure your plate is 75% vegetables. Eat an array of colorful vegetables. So eat the rainbow, basically. Include healthy fats in every meal. So, you know, nuts, seeds, chia seeds are really good in omega-3 fats. You can always soak those that have soluble fiber, put it into your smoothie or something. Make sure to optimize protein. So make sure you're having a good amount of protein. And this isn't always animal protein. I don't eat a whole lot of animal protein, but that's good too. Usually I say to eat for a woman, you know, about 2 to 3 ounces, and a man maybe 4 to 6 ounces if you're eating animal protein. And you can find plant protein in all different sources. You know, you have all your beans, you have nutritional yeast that you can add to things and get your B vitamins plus your protein, so many things. And then eat a low glycemic diet. This is really important, how we eat low carb or cut out sugars, you know, use monk fruit and stevia and erythritol instead of real sugar to cut out all that. Make sure there's no added sugars. Like we said, when we're talking about like nut milk and stuff, make sure it's unsweetened. You know, just a low glycemic diet, eating more vegetables, dark leafy greens, low glycemic fruits would be berries. So something like that. All berries are low glycemic and they contain more fiber, and fiber helps to slow down that sugar absorption. And then avoid conventional dairy like we talked about. Use your nut milk, almond milk, coconut milk, soy milk, oat milk, you know, the list goes on. And then reduce or cut out processed foods. So don't try to eat anything boxed, you know, eat whole real food. Don't go down the middle aisles, be in the produce section. You know, if you can't get fresh, then get frozen. I do not recommend canned. But yeah, eat less processed food. Let it be real food, like an avocado. The ingredient in avocado is avocado, and that's what you need. So, yeah.
Great questions, ERIKA. Great questions.
Yeah, I have actually, maybe, I don't know if you've done it before, or you can actually do a post on your page or another live next time showing like different products of where you can get them. Like, hey, you can get this kind of milk here. You can get this here. I think that would be a great idea to help other people.
We have talked about doing that. We just got to do it.
And we do have some of that in our subscription service. We have a personal private page where people who are subscribed to Natural Health Hub, they come into our group, and I have things from Sunday through Saturday. Yeah, Friday or whatever, Saturday. Every day of the week. And there's one on there, you know, Talk About It Thursday we have. And there's a list of different things I have recommended that are organic, you know, good buys. Like, for instance, you know, instead of eating corn tortillas or flour tortillas, you know, we still want tortillas, right? So we have those almond flour tortillas made by the Siete brand. And I get those from Costco. You get 20 tortillas. And
they're so delicious.
It's lower in carbs. You know, it's not real flour, so it's not going to spike your insulin as much. And it's just great. So yeah, we do actually do this some on private occasions, but we do need to make a video for sure about that.
Like even if it's a reel or something quick, showing it. If you ever need help, or we can just do a quick live, and I can be maybe in someone's kitchen. Hey,
yeah.
Or fun cheap meals, you know, that are still good. Because some people, when they think about healthy, they're like, ew, it's not going to taste good. No, healthy actually is delicious.
ERIKA knows. You've been to my house.
Yes.
Kathy knows. She's been to my house. She cooks for me.
Yes.
I'm also a good cook too, so I absolutely do my own. Well, I'm not over your house every day. I got to cook my own stuff. So yeah, you guys, there are plenty of alternatives out there. Like I say, practically every time we do a show, Crystal and I have solutions to everything that we tell you guys. You don't just talk the talk.
Yeah.
Walk and walk. And so we have to eat like you guys do. And so we don't want to eat corn tortillas. Corn tortillas are not the best for you. Not only is it gaining weight, but you also it turns into sugar in your body, and then it makes your poop very sticky. So if you ever think about how hard it is for you to spell your bowel movements, it could very well be because you're eating corn tortillas that are sticking on the walls of your body trying to eliminate.
Right.
And you can drink as much water as you want. All it's going to do is expand.
Right.
That's what it's supposed to do. And so
corn is undigestible.
I'm sorry, ERIKA.
No, I love this. Like, you guys are amazing.
Corn is undigestible, and one thing I do want to mention about corn is that corn has a certain type of protein, kind of like gluten in it, and a lot of people who have a gluten sensitivity or celiac, you know, we all switch to corn. We're like, oh, it's gluten-free, but then it actually, our body doesn't recognize that protein, so it treats it just like that gluten protein, and then we have a reaction just like gluten. So I just want to let everybody who has a gluten sensitivity out there or has celiac or something like that, gluten allergy, be aware that corn is very difficult in that situation, and your body does recognize that as a gluten protein.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I cannot believe that this is the show already.
Oh my gosh, it went by so quick, and we didn't talk about everything.
I enjoy your guys' time, like I really do, and I'm down.
We appreciate you so much.
I'll come back on again with you ladies with more questions. I mean, we're all so busy, but hey, I have the time to do it. I don't mind doing it, representing the ladies. Thank you so much for having me on here. I enjoy I see Crystal more. I haven't seen you, Kathy.
Oh,
these days.
It's been a year.
Yes, we have a pop-up. It's called Sábados. It's the second Saturday of the month, so it's going to be August 13th, and it's going to be at the Pollo Mexican barbecue.
Oh, I love
so they have vegan meals there as well. So if you can stop by and talk to Crystal and say hello. They have live music. The vibes is just amazing as well. The person who actually hosts this is a really good friend. The owner of the Pollo Mexican barbecue, he's down to earth. His name is Carlos. They're very good people, and have even delicious fruits.
Food is amazing. Food is amazing. Yeah. I have to say, oh my gosh, Kate, they have vegan and gluten-free options. FYI, everybody. Yes. And their verde sauce, love it.
Yes.
All their sauces are good.
Well, I'm excited. Seriously.
So hopefully you can come and I can see you. I would love to see you. Your vibes are always fun. You're like so fun and outgoing and laughing, and you see people like that day when you came to that pop-up. Girl, you were all over the place. I kept looking around. I was like, oh my gosh, she knows these people. Or
in fact, one of the little girls said, "Mommy, does Kathy know everybody?" I'm like, oh my gosh. We took some great pictures too that day. We took some really good pictures that day. It was so much fun. Thank you for inviting me. And everybody that had heard this, please come down on the 13th of August. I think that's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
See what Padame has for you guys. And for husbands or boyfriends that want to buy their ladies something, go buy some, stuff from Padame.
There's also
that would be so
stuff.
Amazing.
I bought a shirt for July last night because yo soy KC. So
yesterday. We had a pop-up yesterday at a gym over at North Kansas City. They had like a summer bash. They had 30 different vendors. We were one of them, and we had a few sales, and Crystal came in and supported with her husband and her child, and they each bought something, and we're so thankful. Veronica was there. She goes, she's so sweet. She's always supporting you, ERIKA. She goes, I'm like, she's supporting us. I'm like, it's beautiful.
That's right.
It's crazy how you expect your family and people who are closer to you to support you, but then you meet these new people and they're the ones who support you, the people that you least expect.
Right.
And I love you, Crystal, for that.
Well, thank you guys for being with us. ERIKA, thank you. And yes, we'll have you on several more times.
Absolutely.
Please. I totally appreciate you. Bring more questions. Your questions are amazing. And if you can't come up with any, have people, ask you the questions to ask for us. And we can probably make that happen pretty regularly, by the way. That's a really good idea for you to bring questions to us.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Yeah. So
that.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Today's Wellness Wednesday. We are so happy that you were here with us. I hope that you got something out of it today. We do have a subscription program that we don't even talk about anymore. I'm so glad that Crystal said something about that today. It's still open to you guys. It's $100 a month, and you have so much stuff that we can get your health back into a balance. You guys, we want to get your health back into your balance. So if you're interested in that, please get in touch with us on our link tree, and we will definitely bring you on board, because you absolutely need to. Yes, you have to have Facebook in order to get the behind the scenes stuff. But even if you don't have Facebook, Crystal and I are here to help you do whatever it is that you need to do. And by the way, wealth is health. Health is wealth. I mean, health is wealth. And if you're green inside, you're clean inside. All right, you guys. See you next Wednesday.
All right. Thank you, Erika. We appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching
Thank
Wellness
you.
Wednesday. Bye.